All right, folks. Well, hopefully Josh will be back soon. Thank you for patiently sitting through those ads. Helps us a lot. We also had a sub, another new sub, Nikonix22 for that Twitch Prime. Is that that can't be a new sub. That's gotta be a resub, isn't it? I don't know. That name sounds familiar. Either way, thank you for the Twitch Prime. Certainly appreciate it. Twitch Prime does a lot of good things. It's available in 200 plus countries now, so maybe you guys are eligible and you didn't actually even know it, but pretty much almost every country in the world has access to Amazon Prime, and if you have Amazon Prime, then you have Twitch Prime. Connect your accounts over on twitchprime.com. It'll give you a lot of cool freebies that you can enjoy yourself, including a free sub once a month to any channel of your choosing. But also, anytime we play ads on the channel, you will first off not get ads, which is great, and then secondly, you'll still give us money as if you saw the ad. So that like tenth of a penny, ooh, that's big money. But yeah, someone, this has actually come up a couple of times in the recent week. I don't believe there's ever been a point where ZombieRub and I have ever advertised that subs get ad-free viewing, because you don't. Unfortunately, that's how we make our wage here. A lot of the sub money and stuff in the past has gone into fuel events, and we would pay ourselves through ad money. So it's been a long-standing thing on the channel that we've never had ad-free viewing for subs, and a lot of people have actually gotten uppity about this, and it's been breaking my heart because I don't know where the miscommunication ever came down for that in the first place was. So I just want to put that out there. While you will get ad-free viewing with Twitch Prime, you will not get ad-free viewing by just being subbed to the channel. Also...
Yeah.
Nope, go on.
I was going to shout out Nexcuro.
Did he heal? Fuck. How much? Okay, not much.
Yeah, he's just going to stop. He's going to be the big boss anymore.
I feel like it discourages people. So I've got two different points of view on this, right? Like, on one hand, like, yeah, that definitely discourages people. No one's just going to throw in, like, 4,500 bits as easily as they would say, like, 100. But there's two sides to this. The other side is, A, it's peace of mind for us, because we're not worried about, like, catching every 100-bit cheer here and there. And, yeah, it's a little bit sad not having all that action going on the channel. But the second part of it, too, is, like, I feel it's going to be a lot more worthwhile once you are finally dead, so to speak. Like, whoever kills you is going to feel very accomplished knowing that they took down somebody who's been reigning king bit boss for the last, like, 2 weeks. I don't know. If we were really feeling upset by it, I would just reset it manually, to be honest.
Yeah, there's that option.
Unfortunately, it looks like I should get rid of Neeb's name from the overlay permanently. It feels bad, man. But we're in the winners match, a best of 3 to determine first place in the group. And now we got some bits coming in. Thank you to He Hate Me. 100 damage done, and then Alaska Winter combos it with another 500. Hashtag BaseTradeLife. Or BayTradeLife. Excuse me. Also, not that it makes a lick of difference, guys, but make sure to use our custom cheer modes if you can, because, they're really cool and I like them. But regular cheers are cool, too. Either way, we're getting to game number 1, spawning here in the upper left. We do have the Blue Protoss. He's been a bit of a badass these last couple of months. None other than Hurricane.
In the bottom right, as the Red Terran, he is Jokshi.
Alright, Jokshi's got some cool tricks up his sleeve for versus Protoss. We already saw that a little bit earlier with Neeb. We'll see if he can pull off anything too crazy versus Hurricane. But when you guys consider a lot of the events that we've been casting Hurricane in, whether it's the BTSL or the Alima League, like these feature other really good Terrans who, in my opinion, are better than Joshi. You got Gumiho, Innovation, etc. So if Hurricane's coming out on top and winning Alima Leagues, you gotta wonder, like, which badass Terrans has he torn through already? Like, does Joshi stand a chance?
I don't remember exactly who he tore through, but yeah, Terrans usually dominate the Aluma League, so I know Hurricane's got just good skills lately. It's an odd up-and-comer, didn't do anything new, didn't move anywhere, didn't join any new teams. Just got an epiphany or something.
It's weird to actually consider Hurricane an up-and-comer.
Yeah, he's actually a very old player.
Yeah, like, up-and-comer to me is like somebody who's just popped into the scene recently or, like, hasn't been well known. Hurricane's had some spotlight before in the past. Not much, but some.
Yeah, like, very not much. Which is also another way to say very little. Which could have been good, too. Anyways, no proxies this time. Jokshi just staying at home, adding on that factory. And Hurricane, He does have a hidden probe, but I doubt it's for a proxy. It's too close.
It's all gone wrong, Zombie Grub. Twitch Prime sub.
Oh, I was really wondering. It is a okay, so it's funny because I was gonna make fun of myself for saying like I don't think it's a proxy because it's too close. It's literally what a proxy is. But I thought like with the Stargates, that's usually put farther away than this. So gateway maybe.
Oh, I think he's gonna gateway combo this for sure. The warp prism is not something I think he's gonna be relying on too heavily.
Well, you don't see this too often. Very early proxy gateway. I mean, really even proxy gateways, right? Because a warp prism is usually a very good tool to have against Terran. Like Protoss, sure. Protoss gets some really aggressive early games, but this is going to be a surprise. Jjakji doesn't feel really a necessity to look for this. If he was worried about oracles, then he could build Widow Mines. Actually, I'm surprised he's not worried about oracles. I guess he did see the robo. No, he didn't. Well, doesn't matter. It's not oracles. It's a bust at the front.
The other part of this,
whoa,
that was like a look. Oh, if you just like rogue super stabbed him like to death, and then whoa, okay, fuck that. Dove and Wolf just says finish him. There we go. We haven't heard the victory music in a while, but that is appropriate enough. 10,000 bits from Dove and friggin' Wolf. This guy comes in and he throws in bombs and ninja stars alike.
Cool stuff. Is it another one?
Bacon Hero takes like a little stab.
Yeah.
He's the guy who comes in after the battle's been over. There's like one guy left barely standing because he just killed 100 dudes and he's like out of breath and he's like, ha!
It's like when you see the extra in the background didn't actually do anything. You wouldn't notice he slowed it down.
Yeah.
This actually is not so bad. If there wasn't a tank or if the tank was in process of moving with the Marines to an aggressive position, that would have been bad. But it sieged up at the exact right time and seeing Stalkers already here at the front's got to make Jjakji a little suspicious. Now he's just going to play defensive.
I never really considered the cost of it, but to do a proxy pylon and gateway like this is actually just barely more mineral expensive than a warp prism.
350 versus 200?
350? It's 250. How much do you think the gateway costs?
All 300. Yeah, I don't know where I got the other minerals from.
But so it's kind of interesting that while this kind of fails, right? This wasn't all in out of Hurricane, and it wasn't something where he needed this proxy to work, and it's not even going to hurt him that much economically for it to have failed.
It is the real downside is that if the gateway did die and he was trying to play a macro game, which he's not, he's adding on more gateways. Well, I mean, some people macro game, right? But like first gateways, then macro. That would have been a severe loss of production, but it's not going to get killed, first of all, so it could just be a fast warping of harassments. And then,
actually, if the theme of just a couple of adepts comes in, this could have been great to keep up and running, but it looks like Jjakji will clean this up and not let this get too out of hand. But well, we got to give some big love to both OFU and Dove and Wolf. Alaska Winter comes in with a Ninja Star throw, Ace 1, Ace 2, and what looks to be like Peach Heart. It's a very soft, delicious looking emoticon, I'm going to be honest. But he takes Dove and Wolf down to almost dead, so thank you for that.
Okay, well, I was gonna say that Hurricane is looks like he wanted to set up for a third base, got the pylon, he's got a probe there, but he is moving across to the middle of the map, and so is Jjakji. But Jjakji has some of his army in those medevacs. Who's gonna win? I feel like Jjakji's bio army would still be very good, but it doesn't have stammer combat shields.
Yeah, the tanks. The tanks will siege up and keep this back. Jjakji really should be waiting here. Like, he doesn't have his own production tab, so he doesn't know, right? But, like, seriously, the difference of 5 to 10 seconds is him losing that army versus actually killing things with it. Let's not forget the Ravens can be thrown down auto turrets or point defense drones. Hopefully something, anything. It's doing nothing, which is unfortunate.
I mean, this is more complicated than Jjakji was probably expecting. You get up close to their third base or their natural, and then you have to worry about dodging and weaving. To have an actual struggle in the middle of the map was not expected for maybe both of them, but okay, leaves his tanks and goes for the drop.
If this distracts enough, that's worth it though, because this is 4 medevacs that are not fully loaded, but they're heading to the main. Nothing here is so dangerous that feedback will kill them, but removing the energy and removing the healing is still a pretty big deal.
Yeah, I mean, Hurricane did expect this and just was hoping he'd have enough to defend against it, but I don't think there's enough pylons, and they're all pretty important pylons.
If the point of finish was a little bit closer, yeah, like this one here, it nullifies all the overcharge damage.
He pulls back too, so I think he was really hoping he could attack and defend. I mean, his defense was not so bad. He loses production time, but he didn't lose any tech buildings. That could have been much worse. But for Hurricane, I think he's still in the process of coming back since his third base is so late.
Yeah, well, actually, you know what? A big thing about this pickoff, that warp prism was sitting over the third base. I'm like, why is that not warping in? And it occurs to me because there's no gateways to warp in from, right? Like, this was a huge pickoff for Jjakji. It might not have done a lot of crazy lasting damage, but it stopped him from taking any at home. Cleans up that warp prism now, and he can finally mine off this third with relative ease.
That was nice. I think this is a good game for Jjakji. Hurricane's got Storm, which could complicate things. Jjakji does not have EMPs, and especially just adding on his Liberator count, but he would really have to be shocked by the storms, and he already saw the High Templar, so I doubt it's going to be the case.
This is so appropriate that the victory music comes once again to kill Nexikuro, who, of course, tried to salt mine the previous boss. OFU, though. Holy moly, holy sword in hand and a bomb. He's the master, the hero of time.
That's very generous. Thank you. And plus, I mean, this guy already donated to the prize pool for the players, so...
Yeah, he kicked off today in a big way. Thank you, OFU.
Well, I think Jjakji's kicking off his win. The up 40 army supply, he's got very
he
good
could cover
units.
his ass with the Liberators. I love this a lot, actually, rather than pushing it forward with it. Because there's Widow Mines with this, too. There's no way to push into those Liberators for Hurricane.
I just imagine the Liberators are, like, really keen on the Marauders' butts, and they're like, gotta protect that.
Protect that ass. GG. Jjakji takes game number 1. First off, that blew us out of the water at the end there with this one game. All these bits came in, which was kind of cool. But if you haven't seen, I just want to point this one out because it's one of the new cheer modes Twitch added. Nexikuro, before OFU killed him, threw in a PJ Salt cheer. If you preview over the 10,000 one, though, this is like my favorite one because it like super salt overloads and the whole world's covered in salt. But I thought it was really appropriate for him having been slain as the bit boss. Took his title back for a brief amount of time. Then, of course, OFU comes in and knocks him out of the water. Booyah. Thank you, OFU. Now with a 9,950 health bit boss, we will once again probably sit here for a couple of weeks before we see another. But we'll get to the next game here pretty quick. As we took that break from Josh's toilet break earlier, we'll just try and get into the game.
Get in here. Did I remove you?
You removed me as I was joining. That was mean. What did I do?
You were in the wrong spot. I had to remove you.
Curse you, zombie grub!
Can you stitch up my hand, doctor? I cut it with a knife. No, it's gotta go. Me. Oh, 1 second.
Amputation, man. I love how, here, we'll swap on a second. You can see in Zombie Grub's background that bear thing she was showing off. It's just like sprawled out on the bed. That thing looks so comfy.
So cute. So cute. I bought some K-pop stuff too, but I'm disappointed by the K-pop options. They're so dedicated to the
K-poptions.
That's clever. I was gonna say, like, to the very obvious fans. Like, when I'm a fan of something, I always like something that's very minimalistic, right? Like, I don't want Goku's face on my T-shirt. I want like the sign
Silhouette?
on his T-shirt type thing. Oh, it's like his face.
No, but I just knew because we were talking silhouettes earlier.
Oh, that was a throwback. I get it. I'm sorry. My bad. You can do the intros now.
Oh, thank you for the permission. In the lower left, he's up 1 game in the series, and of course, 1 win away from finishing first place in the group. The blue Terran player, Jjakji.
In the top right, as the red Protoss, it is Hurricane.
All right, resetting the camera real quick. Yeah, as it currently stands, we haven't added the 3rd place spot in, so it won't be this much, but like, if it was how we set it up before and there wasn't a 3rd place, Joshi would be walking away today with $330. That's pretty sweet.
Yeah. I mean, both of them, I think, asked, like, is there a second place prize? Like, at least $50. But they're on their way for, I think they're guaranteed more than that no matter what with their prize pool. Well, I guess we haven't decided the
Actually,
third place prize. But,
yeah, we haven't split it up yet. But right now, if instead of 70-20, we did like 60-20-10 or something, that would make third place still close to $50. It'd be 47. So good. I think that's probably the more sound way to do it.
Probably. But yeah, keep bumping that prize pool up. It's pretty cool. Could be even cooler. There is a SUV just waiting there.
So this is interesting because I was paying a lot of attention to the SUV. As we had stated before, Joshi does the same build on this particular map a million times over. He changes it up ever so slightly this game, though, and I gotta imagine this actually has everything to do with the fact that Hurricane knows how he plays. Not only did Hurricane play against this before in one of the Alima leagues and died to it, it is the fact that, again, Joshi is probably just well known enough to do this, and I wouldn't doubt he does this all the time in ladders. So it's a slight change up. Hurricane hasn't scouted anything to know whether this would or would not be the case. But I like that Joshi still changes it up because you don't want to be too predictable, and you don't want to be the guy who does this and loses because you were too predictable.
Yeah. Apparently it's a lot on sequencer and emphasis on the factory, but still ways to change that up. And certainly playing a macro game from this is not impossible. I mean, there's still pretty important units as a macro game goes. Widow Mines, Liberators, obviously, but of course, we're still going to have that barracks production back at home.
So
if things really went poorly.
While this kicks off, let me ask you. We'll get ahead of ourselves here for a second. Of the two of them, because this could still go in Hurricane's favor, but of the two of them, who would you rather see fight against Scarlet in the finals of the group?
I want to see TDZ, so jjakji.
Yeah, I can feel you with that one.
Yeah. Who do you want?
I'm kind of torn. Like, a little bit of me wants to see Scarlet wreck Hurricane with more cool, like, weird Swarm Host builds and other things, but I think a TVZ would be nice as well.
Well, Scarlet lost to Hurricane, didn't she?
Yeah, but the Swarm Hosts are still cool.
Wrecked specifically with Swarm Hosts. Gotcha.
Why is it Hurricane? Why can't it be his again? I swear I must have made that joke before, but Dom, my son, I don't have an answer for you. In Korea, the culture is very different over there.
I don't even know what to do with
Like,
that.
Rifkin, this is actually such a stupid thing. There's no appropriate way to respond to it.
Yeah, I can't even. Alright, well. On the depth feels useless. Didn't even kill that Marine. No, the Oracle will still die.
Barely,
I thought it was going to be really
barely.
cool. Oh!
Because, well, the Marines were up on the high ground, right? But the one down here doesn't get that last shot, and 4 health, it barely escapes.
But a Widow Mine went on the other side of the map.
The second one didn't, I guess it went off at some point, but not here, so it's currently able to fire should it land. Oh no, it's on cooldown, it just didn't look like it. Okay, that was weird. Either way, there's 2 more Widow Mines coming in. This has everything to do with Joshi's proxy.
Yeah, hitting...
Oh, you know what? Oh no, I just realized if he parks one outside the Stargate, oh, he could have got the Oracle.
Even then, the Oracle's going to be able to get one of the Widow Mines, and that's it.
This is constant shots.
So much chaos. Jeez.
It's just constant shots. It can only reveal 2 at a time. It needs the second Oracle. This is annoying for sure. There's 2 more coming.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's more coming. Just keep on bringing them forward.
Oh, this is so silly, but this is doing great because for jjakji back at home, nothing to worry about.
He wants to bait him. Oh my god, that's too obvious, jjakji. You're baiting too hard. Ah, we didn't bait too hard. Okay, good.
Oh, if it hit the other Oracle, I would have got a double kill. Unfortunate, but still.
Alright, at least you got the second one. That's not going to be a surprise.
Thank you, jjakji, for the 5-month resub, by the way, and Ink595 for the 34 months. Glad to see you both in chat as the Widow Mines get cleaned up finally. This was so tough, though, for Hurricane, because what could you really do? And I like that he chose to take another Nexus. Even if for no other reason, it helps bandage the probes that he's lost.
It kind of reminds me of watching the Innovation. Like, usually the precise response from a Stargate player against a Widow Mine drop is actually like a hardcore shutdown. Like the medevac dies, the Widowmines get picked up and die, and it's nothing. Like why would you even bother doing it? But if you proxy it especially, or you just dedicate enough to it, like that is one weakness, is like too many Widowmines against a target opener. Obviously an observer, you could also scan and kill technically, but it is easier to produce and keep alive. Just keep on making those Widowmines. I mean, is there much of a reason not to just leave the factory proxied? I mean, if it was proxied literally in Hurricane's third base, I guess like that's different, right? But well, I guess it could be camped. Yeah, that's one reason not to proxy it. But will he? Will he even be able to camp it?
You know, one thing I kind of liked through this was he scattered Widowmines throughout the middle of the map, hoping to catch random air units, kind of like it almost does here.
Aww.
Oh, but he improves reposition. But he's bringing them with the army, and Jokshi actually has a really sizable army. Hurricane has got a couple of Phoenix and a couple Oracles. But really, because so much money went into probes, you know, he didn't have the extra gateways till just now. He certainly doesn't have upgrades. The army supply is non-existent. There's like one pylon to overcharge. He just took out the third, actually. There's like nothing to defend this.
I think Joshi's in a 2-0 here.
Mothership core gets popped. Oh, jeez.
Instantly.
Now he's going to think, like, you know what? If there's no overcharges, just push in.
Yeah, this looks a little funny because he's not stimming. Well, he doesn't have stim. Seconds to go, but
Doesn't
he still
need
wins
it.
without it.
Yeah, the Widowmines did a lot of good splash damage. There's just no army for Hurricane. GG. Looks like we're going to get some Swarmhouse memes. Maybe.
Maybe.
But either way, congratulations to Jokshi, who will finish, of course, first place in the group. Nice to see over there. But, man, today kicked off like it was kind of a slow, kind of chill, whatever for a Sunday. You know, we're having a good time casting games. Then we get some bits. We get some prize money going for the players. It's a good fucking morning. And, of course, thanks to all the folks who have subbed, too. This is, again, a day we didn't originally plan to do anything. And I'm glad we talked about trying to just throw something last night. But we're going to go to a commercial break while we get into the final match. The last best of 3 this morning. The 5th and final game. It's going to be between Scarlet and Hurricane. We'll see you guys soon. Thanks for watching.